everybody. Flush those lottery tickets for the most part. The winning ticket for the record $2.04 billion. The Powerball lottery jackpot was sold in Altadena, California. 10 minutes from here, if that.
Well, that's my dad lives in Altadena.
I love Altadena.
Oh. Trumpets you could buy with
Oh, God, he'd be
money.
Swimming in them. Yeah, they said that on Tuesday, making the lucky ticket winner the largest lottery prize ever. So far, there is one.
Whoa.
It's not 1,000, it's one. The ticket was sold at a Joe's Service Center. Results posted to the Powerball website similarly said there was one winner who matched all 6 numbers in California. The odds of that, 1 in 292.2 million.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Lottery players, though, urge not to throw that stuff away yet because there's lots of little prizes, totaling up to 98 million. That has, a couple of $1 million prizes. Some other white Powerball hasn't been claimed.
White Powerball.
They should really call it.
They got to work on that one.
White supremacy Powerball, maybe.
I was saying
the White Powerball.
Yeah.
We should get them together with
The gala.
the Black Caucus. Like, wow.
Do you think that's what they call their end of the year gala, the White Powerball?
Welcome to our annual White Powerball.
And then you come out. We're
Thank you
having
for your support throughout the year.
across the street. They have the big swinging Black Caucus, which is also having an event. They got a big band this year.
You got to walk way around that building.
That's
Shit. I said this yesterday. I'm 99% sure I was correct, though you never know with me, that this is a state, California is a state where you cannot claim it anonymously, but you do have a year. So maybe wait for it to die down and then go claim it.
Would you send up a person to go claim it for you? Could you do that?
I don't know.
I mean, the name could get out there.
There's no way they would allow that because then every fraudster would try to do that, right?
Well, if you have the ticket.
Well, just wear a giant COVID mask.
Like that.
I'm
Yes.
still worried about COVID.
Is there a person on this earth you trust enough not to abscond with that ticket?
To hire a lawyer.
No, I think what you would do, I think protocol is if, whenever you see those porn movies where they're trying to set the record for the biggest gangbang, it's always 4 of the guys in line are wearing a bear head.
Yeah.
Because
Or
they're like,
a Mexican wrestling mask.
they're like,
Usually, right.
I'm a special needs school teacher and I don't, want this getting out. I still want to engage in this. So
I got to be letting the White Powerball at the end of the year.
yeah, don the Klan hood. Like I maybe just go up there with a big Darth Vader helmet or something.
Good idea. Well, since we're on odds, I've been wanting to tell this story for a couple days just because it's insane. And we'll tell you what the odds are of this happening to you as opposed to winning the Powerball. Dustin Presida's home near Sacramento, California, destroyed recently by what was likely a meteor hit. Wow. And I have a picture of the farmhouse that was destroyed. That
was destroyed.
It is destroyed. According to NASA, this weekend saw this peak of Taurid meteors, the Taurid meteor shower, and it appears that one of them slammed right into this guy's farmhouse. He says he heard a big bang, started to smell smoke, noticed his porch was engulfed in flames. Earlier, witnesses reported to see a fireball light up the sky. Presida and his wife were lucky to get out of the house unharmed, while firefighters fought the blaze for hours. Unfortunately, one of the dogs died on the fire. Now let's talk about the odds of this. In terms of
not at you at this point.
That's right. In terms of a meteor hit, a meteor slamming into your house is about 1 in 4 trillion. Like I said, the Powerball odds, 1 in 292 million. So this
especially
guy,
when your house is 12 by 12. That's like a prison cell.
That's right.
It's as wide as a custom van.
Well, that's a farmhouse, right?
Yeah.
But is he living in the?
Yeah, it's not a barn.
Lucky to get out.
Those look like troughs there in the middle. I thought he had like livestock in there.
I think he
I
was
feel like
living
they call
in
it
there.
a barn.
Okay.
But
don't know.
that's a good. Wait, would that be what Brian's looking at? Be anything subterranean or like under the floor?
I can't tell what we're looking at. It's from the judging from what we're seeing. He didn't look like he was fully insured. I don't think he had meteor insurance.
No, probably
he
not.
may have had flood.
Yeah.
Flood and fire.
Fire, but I don't know if he had meteor.
You're right.
And it is going to be a funny argument with the insurance company, right?
With the
'Cause-
J.K. Simmons commercials. We've seen
Professor
it.
Burke.
Yeah, we've had it.
I see Joanna Gaines all over this. This is a week of specials on
Shiplap as
HGTV.
far as the eye can see.
I made a fire to show my home. Well, sir.
Yeah, act of God is what the adjuster's calling it. Yeah.
I mean, it
ooh.
did say their porch, so that would infer that they live there.
Yeah. No, I guess they did live in there. Pretty rural looking for 2022. But that was, and they must have found a chunk of the rock or something, right?
I think they said there was still like a piece smoldering, like some rock smoldering. It's very Superman.
It doesn't, much like a 22 caliber bullet could put down a professional wrestler. It doesn't take much meteor to take out your house. Just 3,000
Just
miles
enough.
an hour and red hot.
Right. That'll do
Something
it.
the size of a pumpkin would definitely fuck your house up.
Yeah.
And the truck.
And the
Yeah.
truck.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck took a beating.
Yeah.
All right. So those are your odds for the day.
You guys remember, you guys aren't old enough, but remember Skylab was coming down for a while in the 70s. I
What's
think
that?
it was the 70s.
Early 80s, I think.
Or early 80s. Yeah, or late 70s, early 80s. We'll figure it out. But Skylab was something we launched, and it made its way around the universe for a while. And at some point, it was coming in.
Oh.
And there's a lot of speculation as to where Skylab was going to hit. And it turned into a whole thing. Well, guys were selling batting helmets, with a bullseye
Stupid.
on it and stupid stuff. But they didn't know if it was going to hit Texas or hit the ocean or hit Middle East. It was presumed that it was going to hit North America somewhere.
Couldn't you figure
But we
that
didn't
out
know where.
precisely?
Well,
then, I
it's
guess.
1979, and it was going to come down.
Do you remember where it landed?
You don't know where the cosmic winds are going to take it.
Yeah,
Right.
I think the ocean, but I don't know.
In
No
Western
winds.
Australia. It
thank
says
God.
scattering debris across the Indian Ocean in Western Australia.
Yeah.
Poor Perth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't know enough back then to know when this thing was going to hit, how it was going to hit. But it was Skylab was falling, and they knew it months in advance. Do you
Yeah.
remember, Don? Does it
Yeah.
sound
Well, we didn't
like
have
that?
Elon Musk back then to tell us where exactly
Right.
it was going to hit. So if you want to know where I get my love of pranks, during that time, and I guess I was, 10 or something like that, my dad, because my dad was one of those guys who like take the car engine apart every day just for fun and put it back together, and there would always be leftover parts. So he actually took like a rotor off the car, and he painted like lab sky and a bunch of numbers on it, and he threw it on our neighbor's yard. And
Wow.
they came out the next day and found it, and they called the FBI and everything.
Wow,
Yeah,
you got a Skylab
yeah,
story.
I did.
Now the odds of that, 1 in 5 trillion.
Wow.
I've been waiting to tell that Skylab. When I told Dawson, he goes, Adam will bring it up. So I got a great Skylab story.
Yeah, it was going to hit the earth, and we didn't know
Wow.
where, and it turned into a whole sort of cultural thing
Yep.
that Skylab was falling.
Wow.
And I don't know if they narrowed it down or not, but the fun, I guess, was where's it going to hit? And, you're picturing, it could hit the White House or
course.
it hit a pyramid, like it was like we didn't know. It made for, simple fun back then.
Was it like every Jack Parr and Johnny Carson monologue?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it made it right into the zeitgeist. It was right up there with Billie Jean King and what's his
Bobby
name?
Riggs.
Bobby Riggs. Like things would really, pre-internet, word of mouth, shit worked though.
Yeah.
Like everyone knew.
Yep.
Everyone knew the joke, and it probably it was worked into every sitcom and monologue, late night monologue. Yeah, Skylab.
Wow. Did you hear who the new sexiest man alive is?
No.
Do you want to? One of
Black
Hollywood's
guy. What? No.
cis white male.
What?
One of
What's
the
going on?
most
Oh.
eligible bachelors is the sexiest man alive, according to People magazine. Stephen Colbert revealed on his show, with the help of formerly sexiest Dwayne Johnson, this year to announce Chris Evans. The Captain America star joked about the honor, saying his mom will be so happy because it's another thing she can be proud of. I know you can relate, Adam. And in response, his mother told people she's not surprised at all. And this is just who he is, par for the course. He's 41, not had a steady girlfriend apparently since 4 years ago when he split with SNL alum Jenny Slate.
Did not know that.
Did not know that. And his longest relationship was with Minka Kelly. That's almost a decade ago. So I don't know. Maybe he's
I'm hearing
open.
gay.
Yeah.
I heard he's hosting the White Powerball this year.
Oh, shit.
So
That'll hurt his chances for the repeat.
yeah, I think so.
So, sexiest man alive, winning the lottery or getting your house hit by a piece of the Skylab.
Yeah.
All
Right
probably
there.
low percentage things.
Yeah.
Well, good for him. He's
Yeah.
Captain America, right?
And he's the one, correct me if I'm wrong, he's the one that we were all supposed to rally around and stop showing his penis pictures because he was getting depressed.
Oh,
Right?
that. Yeah, like big hog guy.
Big hog guy, and it accidentally got out and he got super depressed and was full of anxiety, but it seemed like he had much to be proud of.
Again, the only pictures of celebrities or rappers or people who are household names whose dick pics escape their phone are guys who miraculously have huge dicks. And I don't think it's a coincidence.
Ours has never been out there.
No,
for some
I got
reason.
dozens
I don't know.
of dick pics.
Yeah.
Never
Nobody,
been
no
hacked.
takers.
Nobody wants one.
I hope he called on Tommy Lee to console him
Right.
after that tragedy.
I did remember Bezos had a dick pic?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely blocked that out.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos.
Bezos is a dick pic.
Yeah, really. All he has to do is pull his turtleneck up, and it'll look European. Bezos had a dick pic from like 3 years ago that I recall, and
Oh, when he was seeing the reporter.
Sanchez.
yeah, there was but it's a weird impulse to do the dick pic, right?
When you're young, I think you do it a little bit more, but I don't. Jeff Bezos. I mean, this is a guy. I'm worried about it. I'm a thousandaire. He's a multi-billionaire who looks like a penis. By the way, like there should be a little opening at the top of his head, a little slit.
I used to do this bit where I'd say, there is no reason for me to do a dick pic. There's nothing going on. I mean, I don't have a dog leg. I don't have that. Some of those guys have those super veiny dicks. Like
Sure.
their dicks look like Wolverine's neck.
Chris Evans.
Yeah. And I said, taking a picture of my dick would be like you walking down the street and go, whoa, what is that? A Camry? Oh, it's got a cloth interior. Get over here.
It's gray.
It's beige on beige. Yeah. What's that? Let me check the taillights. What's that, 89?
A window crank?
Oh, it's under 100,000 miles, 86,000 on there. Get a shot of this. Why would you? There's so I guess the guys, everyone takes pictures of their dogs, regardless of how homely their dogs are. But dick pics are a much more selective group.
Yeah.
You
Dogs,
need
not dongs.
Yes.
I love that charity.
You need
Good T-shirt.
That's right.
you need to do something. It needs to require a picture. And I think the average Joe guy, Joe Dickpack, he doesn't,
Well done.
he's not taking a, Joe 5.5 pack.
Yeah.
He's not taking
John
a,
Q. Pubic.
that's right. He's not taking a picture. But Bezos has had the picture.
So what was the verdict with the picture?
I don't, Chris, is it out there? And then I guess he's probably has the ability to get that thing cleaned up
Scrubbed.
off the internet.
That would cost him thousands to get that off.
all the people. But there was a Bezos dick pic from 4 years ago.
I don't think that's what we ladies were looking for, so we didn't notice. We've seen the John Hams and the Chris Evans, but I don't think Bezos was on our radar.
His dick pic came and went. Everything's a double entendre and talking about dick pics. And he must have a team of lawyers, the cleanup crew. Yes.
Every website that was hosting the picture is using Amazon Web Services.
Right.
So he said, fuck you guys.
It was an Amazon Prime size.
But I'm not making that up, right? There was a
You're
story.
not making it up. It was like a blackmail attempt and they sold them to the National Enquirer.
Now, speaking of blackmails, that's who I use for my dick pic.
I had a girlfriend right before that metal show started. I had a girlfriend. I was coming out of the shower and she took a shot of me, and for whatever reason, the lighting or maybe the wind was blowing the right way through the window. Like I had a great hang. And, like that's the best picture of my penis you could ever possibly take. And then we broke up, and then I was doing that metal show. So she's like, "Oh, you're a big shot now. How about if I put the picture of you that I took on the internet?" I'm like, "Yeah, put it out there, please. I'll set the website up if you want." I know. That's the greatest photo advertising I can get as a single guy.
I think a lot of it is predicated on what you look like. The same way with that, Playboy do the women over 40 or whatever, and she's so brave. It's like the ones that look great over 40 pose.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, Gina.
Let's talk about those handy blue boxes. That's where you put your mail, and that's what we all do, and they're safe and they're great. Oh, wait, they're not. The United States Postal Service is now warning people that those blue boxes are not good options for mailing things. As Adam would say, like, where do we live? What year is this? This is an indicator of our society. In a press release, the United States Postal Service explained that the collection bins have become hot spots for criminals looking to steal identities or checks or packages at specific times. The agency says the biggest variable enticing these criminals to steal are customers depositing mail in those boxes after the last collection of the day or during the weekend or federal holidays. USPS is advising people to avoid them altogether and go to an actual location.
Yeah, it's sad.
Everything's great.
Chris was telling me, well, we talked about this earlier, which is you can study graphs and statistics, or you can just walk into the Rite Aid and see everything is locked up behind a lucite wall. You know what I mean? And go, not a good sign for criminality. Chris was telling me before the show, they made a bust of the catalytic converter guy, the black ring, the ring that steals the catalytic converters off of cars. They found how many?
About $585 million worth of.
Oh my!
It was a national theft ring.
Right, but this is sort of. It's like. Like when you hear about stories about Lady Gaga got her dog kidnapped and stuff, like when we're getting into third world crime here, kidnapping of dogs, getting a Sawzall at 4 a.m. and hacking off someone's catalytic converter underneath there, stealing from the mailbox. These, stealing all the cartridges for the razors at the Save-On. We're getting into some scary territory, not because of the actual number of sales lost. It's more of a societal thing.
It's a developing nation thing.
Yeah, well, it's interesting that none of them got stolen during the last election. That was weird.
None of the
ballots got stolen out of any of the mailboxes.
Are you election denier? Oh, really? Tell us.
I'm just saying that she's saying people are stealing stuff out of mailboxes, not stealing ballots.
Well, let's talk about that. Do you guys, are you with me in that I want to get back to election day? There's this thing where they go, they're going to be counting ballots out of Pennsylvania. This could go on for a while.
Well,
we're not going to know, blah, blah, blah.
One of the reasons that reminded me to go was because somebody online said, remember, November 8th isn't the first day to vote, it's the last day. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll get it done.
But can we do a thing, like, to me, it's like, here is the day you vote. And then you just vote, and we'll carve out certain things for military veterans who are abroad or something. Like you can mail shit in, and maybe people that are, sequestered to their homes because they're elderly or something. But in general, can we just get back to showing up, voting, we count, and that night, turn on the news, and we'll find out who won what?
So basically, Election Day should be a federal holiday. But that's what I'm saying in terms of closing school, banks.
But also, it's a strange thing. Like I was, it's up there with voter ID. It's like show your ID, vote, go fuck home, and if in fact you do not possess a valid ID in 2022 living in the United States, then I don't want your vote counted. That you're not whatever you're doing, you're not participating in this thing where we pay taxes and we elect people and we have laws and stuff. You're not participating in this society if you cannot obtain an ID in 2008. You're not flying. You're not getting a
No.
job. You're not paying taxes. Like, fine, we'll do that. And the hard luck vote stories, like I was listening to Stacey Abrams, who's already sort of setting the table for how she's going to get robbed in the election. She was like, whoever she's running against, she's like, if you're going to go wait in line to vote, you better bring your own water because under the voter suppression law, it's illegal for someone to bring you a cup of water. I'm like, okay, I think you could show up with your own water or not even hydrate at all. I don't know. It's 61 degrees outside.
You didn't run a marathon to get online.
Yeah, where are we at with the bar? Show up, vote, we'll count, and we'll call today, and then we would all know that night who won what.
You're making a lot of sense. I think I'm turning you around on this right here. Employers have to give employees time off to vote. Everyone under this roof is here all day long. Take off a couple hours to vote.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
like businesses have to be closed that
No,
day.
I'm like, I thought about it. I know where the polling place is. I got a busy schedule, but I have like an hour in between things when I'm going home. I'm just going to go in and vote. Like, we've turned it into something. Like last year we were talking, or 2 years ago, we were talking about like, but what about COVID? But what about COVID? It's like, do you go to the Trader Joe's?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then you can vote. Then you could show up and vote.
Yeah.
But what about the trans community?
They
Who are
don't-
marginalized during this time.
Get the fuck out of your dad's basement and vote. Like, just go. Here's the day. There's a long lead up to it. This is the day we're going to vote. Go vote that day or don't.
Yeah. It's the most racist thing to say there's certain people who can't procure an ID somehow in the United States of America. I was in Vegas 2 weeks ago, and I went to the bar to get a drink, and the guy carded me, which I don't
That's
mind.
nice.
You know, I'm almost in my 40s, and I give him the guy my ID, and my license actually had expired that day, which I didn't know, and I hadn't gotten the new one in. And he goes, "I'm sorry, I can't serve you. This expired today."
Really?
I'm like, so, but anybody else that just like waltzed across the border can walk in somewhere and go, I don't have an ID, but let
it's
me
not.
vote.
It's not that you're no longer that age.
Yeah,
It has nothing to
right.
do with him.
Doesn't it expire on your birthday?
Yes.
Yeah,
You didn't know it was your birthday? Oh, you didn't know.
Well, I knew it was my birthday. I
license
didn't know.
expired.
They
You're
just-
going to celebrate.
they send them in the mail. I could just get them or whatever.
Yes.
What a shitty birthday present.
When
right.
you're 56, you're not expecting to be carded in Vegas.
No, I know. What they did is they did this stupid thing. I'll tell you the depressing thing is when you go into the 7-Eleven and you're just standing there and you're seeing that sign behind the thing, which is if you weren't born February 2001.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on
The
my
future.
fifth marriage. like you're like, what the fuck? How old am I? People that are born in 2001 could buy a six-pack,
It's crazy.
all above the board,
And we
walk
can
right
date
out of
them.
here. Yeah.
It's crazy.
All right, let's bring it home, Gina Grad.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
Gina Grad. That was the news with Gina Grad.
Tucson Rialto Theater, December 15th. You can go over there and watch me do stand-up. And then it's the Improv. That'll be December 16th, 17th in Tempe. Do some live pod there, and we'll do some stand-up there as well. Don's got dates, and what you should do... Where's the web? Oh, go to donjamieson.com if you want more of those dates. He's going to be in Tampa coming up. He's going to be in Boca Raton coming up as well. You can listen to Spotify. Oh, by the way, the comedy album, Terrorizing
Yes.
Telemarketers 7, is what you should listen to. Edward Conlin as well. Talk to Me podcast. Until next time, this is Adam for Edward and Don and Gina and Bald saying mahalo.